viewers and subscribers. Welcome to another episode. In today's episode, we want to discuss the issue whether colored people are African or not. What is causing this row or debate? Let me know what you think about this topic in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know we family, right? Holler. Woo! Viewers and subscribers. Today's topic is going to be an interesting, right? People, this topic is going to be two-pronged, right? First part of this topic is going to be the question, are colored people African? The second part of this video deals with the reason why colored people in the Western Cape especially refer to black people as Africans and not black. That's going to be interesting, right? Because I've heard a lot of talk on social media and the confusion surrounding why colored people refer to blacks as African as if colored people themselves are not African. So let's get into it. Where do we start? Colored people are the most diverse people on the planet. I'm not saying the most diverse people in Africa or in South Africa. No. On the planet. Now, why am I saying that? Number one, you get colored people in every race group, right? Almost every race group. You get coloreds that look white, they can pass, that are white passing. You get coloreds that are Indian passing. You get coloreds that are South American passing. You get coloreds that are Chinese passing. You get coloreds that are Khoisan passing. You get colors that are black passing. You get colors that are Arab passing. You get colors that are, you name it, colors, we got it. Trust you when I tell you that, right? Okay. Are colored people African? The answer is simply yes and no. Now let's start with the yes. Yes, colored people are African. Why? Because colored people have a bloodline and a lineage that comes from Africa. A majority or a big portion of colored people have the Khoisan genes in them, right? We have that. You can see it in our features. Those that have the Khoisan lineage and the genes and the features, you can clearly see it. Those Khoisan people are clear. Those Khoisan colors are clearly African. A white man and a black lady make a colored person. If the lady is from Africa and the man is from Africa, the white man, even if he's from Europe, but the child looks like the mother, which in most cases, the child is definitely going to come looking like the mother, then the child is African, right? So if you are a colored, right? I give you an example of the Cape Malay. If you come from Malaysia or Indonesia, right? And you marry another colored whose family comes from Malaysia or Indonesia, but you're born in South Africa. Your whole lineage is Indonesian, and your partner's whole lineage is Malaysian, but you're brought here as slaves. Are you going to tell me that Cape Malay people are African? Absolutely not. You cannot be Cape Malay and be African. That's like trying to say, well, I'm from Thailand, but I'm African. It's not possible. You cannot be from two continents. A black person or a white person born in China does not make them Chinese by definition. Yeah, you can be born in a place. I mean, two South Africans going to work and study in America and have a baby in America doesn't make the baby American by any means necessary. It does not. The place of birth is America, but the child's genealogy, lineage, heritage, culture, all that is South African. So the mere fact that people think just because you're born in a country makes you of that country is a lie. Maybe we could debate on that, but I honestly don't think that just because you are born in Russia to black parents, to Zulu parents going to Russia to study and working, right, and then you come back and like, no, I'm a Russian. I don't care if you speak Russian. I don't care if you know the culture and the country and the language and the whatever you want to call it in and out. When we say, please show me a Russian person, you will never in a million years ever pick a black person. If I say, show me what a South African person looks like, you will never in a million years ever show me what a Russian, pick out a Russian person, even if that Russian was born in South Africa. There are British people whose parents have migrated from Britain, have been in South Africa for 400 years. Those people don't speak Zulu, don't speak Xhosa, don't speak Tswana, don't speak Venda, don't speak nothing. They still maintain the British tone, the British accent, the British way of life, the British culture, the British traditions. Are you telling me those people are African? No. South Africa, as an African country, has white representation, Indian representation, colored representation, and obviously black representation, as it should be. So just because you play for the country of your birth and you chose that, and the country of your birth decides that you are eligible to represent it, even though you don't look anything like what that country's demographic is supposed to be, does not necessarily mean that you are of that country. Now, people, we can debate this all day long, right? To say like colored people. I mean, it goes without saying to say like even the white people that that migrated to South Africa, right? And we all know white people came from Europe. It's a known fact, right? If your lineage is in Holland, Germany, France, Portugal, Britain, how are you African? You can be Black Americans are in America for 400 years. And it's 2025. And I always maintain this that, yeah, they will be the first to tell you that, yes, we are not welcome in our own country. Because on a daily basis, in 2025, they keep getting told, go back to Africa. Go back to Africa. Because you can clearly see, physically, that's not what Americans look like. Those people are African. They can deny, they can say what they want to say. I've never been there. I'm not from there. I'm nowhere there. Dude, you look like the people on a certain continent. It's a fact that you may not have been born in that continent, but you come from those people. You can't deny that. You can't. A Chinese person born in America, two Chinese parents who migrated there 400 years ago, looks Chinese, talks Chinese, everything Chinese, but even speaks with an American accent and that and that and that. When you pull up a picture and say, please show me what a Native American looks like, are you going to pull out a picture of a Chinese person? No, you won't. So that ends that debate, right? Maybe people are not going to agree because they're going to say, like, I've been here for millennia, so yes, I'm from here. No, no, no. no, 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 no. We all know our continental places of origin. We all know that. That is where we come from. We may not have been born there, but our lineage goes back to there. If we have to say now, okay, let's just say there's a great reset. God says, everybody go back to the places where you look like the people that most represent your physical and cultural heritage. Where are Black Americans going to move to? To Europe? To Asia? To Australasia? To South America? Where are white people going to move to? Africa? Middle East? South America? The idea of a global world is great, but it also causes mass confusion, mass hysteria. It already causes a lot of tension as things stand. Sad as it may be, but yes, every stride to a great leap forward always comes with challenges and problems. And this is where the colored problem also stems in. So, yes, there are coloreds who are African, born on the continent, look like people from the continent, are from the continent because their lineage and their history and their genealogy is on the continent. 100%. Then we have coloreds that, like I just said to you, the Cape Malays. I mean, you get people whose entire lineage is from Malaysia, and others are from Indonesia. So when two Cape Malay families unite and get married, the one is from Indonesia and the one is from Malaysia because they share similar cultures and they share similar this. Those coloreds are not African, even though they're born in Cape Town or the Western Cape. They're not African. How about the African? So they, by definition, they have a right to say, no, we made three Africans, and these three Africans were tagged. You'd be like, dude, how can you call me an African? You were also born here. Of course, when two black people in Russia are talking, two black people born in Russia are talking, right? And those two black people born in Russia are born of South African parents. And they're talking amongst each other like, oh, dude. And they're speaking in Xhosa, and they're speaking in Zulu, they're speaking in Afrikaans or whatever it is. Do you think they are saying, yeah, look at one of our people, this is what our people did? They'll be like, no, dude, come on. These Russian people, you see these white people out there doing, see how these Russian people, these Russian, that is how you talk because you know you are not from there and you are treated as such. There are people that are going to remind you that, yeah, you may be born here, but you don't look like us. You are not from here. And it's a better pill to swallow, but it's a pill you have to swallow. That's the unfortunate reality of life, right? So when colored people say black people are African and they know it, you have to look at precisely who is saying it, you know? So if it's a Khoisan looking colored and they say these African people, then dude, you have no right to be calling black people African because you yourself are African because Khoisan people are by definition African because they are the first original Africans on earth. Now, of course, I do understand that the way we grew up as colored people, with the impact and the influence of apartheid, we've always just spoke in that manner of just speaking as black people as Africans. You know what I mean? The Africans, oh, the Africans, this, the Africans, that. And to us, it was never racist at all. It was just a figure of speech. It's just the way we spoke. It was part of the language. It was part of just the way we speak. Today, I always tell people that black people get offended when colored people refer to them as African, and yet black people don't feel any offense or they don't think that they're offending Pakistani people when they casually refer to them as Amakula. Amakula, for those who don't know, is a racist term used to describe Indian people or people of Indian descent or Indian looking people, right? For example, we'll just say Indian people, but not everyone who's Indian looking is Indian, right? There's Pakistanis, there's Bangladeshis, for example, right? So when you say Amakula, you are referring to people of that ilk, people that look like that. You understand what I mean? And it's a derogatory term. But African people don't see it as a derogatory term because they use it casually in every single day speak. So same as the colored people. When we say, now I was accosted by three African people, We are not saying it in a racist manner. No, we're not even looking at it from a genealogy point of view. Sometimes people forget that it's more respectful to refer to people by culture rather than by race. Because like three black people, doesn't sound so good. Some people are like, nah, the three African people. At least that sounds more respectable. Referring to people by skin color for other people, nah, it's also preference. Remember that. I mean, I wouldn't like to be called, nah, the brown guy or the brown person or the, nah, rather call me a colored person. You understand what I mean? So even you get some questionnaires when you go for employment or even college admission fee, college admissions. They ask there, are you of European? Are you of colored? Are you Indian? Or you African? Some are direct, and which I really think is inappropriate to say, are you white, colored, Indian, black? Damn, damn. I think Western influence has brought that thing of saying you refer to people as their complexion, color of their skin. Because prior to colonialism and colonization, people refer to each other by their tribes. It was like, there go the Zulus, you come the Xhosas, you go the Sutus, you go the Tswanas, you go the Vendas, you go the Tongas, you go the what, you go the. It was never you go the black people, the brown people, the white people. No, it was always by the cultural heritage. So just to clear the air to those black people who get offended by colored people who refer to them as African when the coloreds themselves are African, it's not a derogatory term at all. It's used in everyday speak when colored people are talking. Not all coloreds do it, but some coloreds do. And those that do, I can honestly defend them. Those that are pure and honest, that when they daily speaking, they just casually, no, it's African people, and we don't see it as a racist term at all. Just like how we can go to most black people in the townships when they're speaking about the Pakistanis and the Bangladeshis, they casually just say it's Amakula this. You'll never hear them saying like, oh, that's a because it's casual talk. That's how they speak. So yeah, people, that is my take on this topic, and I've seen the debate on TikTok where people are like, nah, dude, we come to Cape Town, they refer to us as Africans as if they're not African and that. Different. What I've now realized is that every region in South Africa is almost totally different to the way other regions operate and the way the people act. It's almost like a cultural shock when you go to other cities and be like, wait, what? You guys do this? Yeah, yeah, we don't do this back in. And you're like, really? You're like, I really honestly thought that I'm a colored person, right? And coloreds everywhere in South Africa act the same, are the same, act the same. And I'm shocked that no, it's not. Dude, people, do you know how shocking it is that I've learned that like a lot of these light-skinned, Sutu-looking people are actually colored. A lot of them have white fathers that they've never met or the fathers are absent, because some of them were fathered during like apartheid, this undisputed. And whatever happened, right? Most of them are colored, but they're raised as Sutu people because of the mother is a Sutu. So they grow up believing and knowing that they're Sutu people and they're treated as such. These light skinned Sutus, these yellow bone Sutus and that. But when you look at them, you can see this is a colored person. But the person grows up with the African black Sutu mentality. They now just see themselves as that. You understand what I'm saying? And then you look at them and you can say that, nah, bruh, your features are too fine to be a Sutu person, a Tswana person, a Venda person. Like I always give the example of Shoma Josie. You can clearly see that she's a colored girl. Clearly. But she's not going to say to you, I'm a colored girl, I'm a this and that. Nah, she'll let you know. I was raised, I think she's Tsonga or Chivenda. She's Tsonga. I think she's Tsonga, she says. Yeah, she's Tsonga. Yeah. And she carries her culture, her pride, everything carries with pride. You know what I mean? Her culture, her heritage, her dress, her traditional dress, with pride as a Chitsonga girl, or woman, should I say, right? That doesn't negate the fact that she is a colored girl who identifies as a Chitsonga girl, or woman, should I say. So, yeah, that's my take on this topic. I hope it brings clarity. I hope it opens people's eyes. I hope people see differently now, because a lot of things happen and we always just tend to see things for what they are on the surface, not knowing that there's more to the things beneath the surface. Let me know about this topic, guys. Was I on the money, or did I totally miss it with this one? Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know we family, right? Holla.